guys. So lately, I probably went over in the last video, but the fan, the driver's side fan, which I just found out today is fan 2, is not working. I would have thought it was fan 1 because on my wiring specialties the little box, and I'm gonna post it somewhere in a video because I took a picture of it, it's saying that fan, what is it? It's weird because I want to say it says the fan 1 isn't on, but when my tuner puts both of them on, fan 2 is not cutting on. It's one of the two. I gotta look back at the look back at my phone and see which one the light didn't pop up for. But no matter what he did, fan 2 wouldn't come on, which is the driver's side. So I checked all the fuses to fan RDI and CDR, or one of those. Fuse 1 in for fan 1 and 2, and then there's 3 relays for the fan, and there's a whole schematic on it. I think it's 404 pages of the whole wire diagram, but looking at that one, I want to say it's page 38 of the wire diagram, but looking at that, all the fuses are good, none of them are broken, but there was no, like I said, there was no relay in my notes of going crazy. There was no relay in fan number 2. So fan 1 is here, the fuse is next to here, fan 2, I want to say relay is here, is this one, and then fan 3 is either this one or this one, I forgot. I feel like it's this one, but then fan 2 is right here, but there's no relay. The other ones are 4 pins, but number 2 is the 5-pin one, which is up here, being that the fan number 2 is on the driver's side, it will not cut on for shit. So I'm thinking it's because there's no relay there. I just put 2 little tiny wires on the fan connector. If you have a BRZ, well, I'm using the stock fans, but if you have a BRZ, then you already know that, I don't know if it's different for other cars, I've never really looked, but down there you can see it's for wiring especially, is one connector just goes into it, and then you just plug up yours from the harness, and it just works like that, I believe. Because I think this is part of the wiring sticky. No. I think this fan is, I think this is separate. That's what that is. I think this is just the OEM connected to my computer. I don't think this is wiring specialties connection. I think this was just my OEM connection I had, and it's just in the PCM. So because I got the OEM / aftermarket fan module, so they have their own fan relays if I want to, I guess, use aftermarket, but then OEM one, I can still use my OEM one, which means I would have to still have a functioning fuse box where my fan is ran off of. But when I took this out and took this plug out to just see if the fan will turn on, just to make sure it's not my fan motor or, you know, stuff like that, as soon as I touched it, turned right on. So it lets me know that I need to go further back and make sure when I plug my battery, make sure that this is getting power to it so that I know that it's good. If not, then I go further back, and then we go back into, obviously, the relay. I can also plug up the battery and test the relay with my voltmeter, or whatever the fuck it's called, voltmeter, and check to make sure that it is getting power to this relay. And if so, then I want to say, because I'm not really knowledgeable on this stuff and I'm still learning as I go, I want to say it's because that relay is not in there with the switch power, because I think the 5-pin has switch power and some other stuff, whatever. But I'm guessing because it doesn't have that, that's why it's not cutting on no matter what. So with that being said, now that I got that I don't need a new fan, we're going to do that. So let me get this battery back in here, and then I can go with testing the fuse box and then testing some other things that I had on my list just to make sure, and then clear all this up and put the intake back on. As y'all can see, I had to, and I might still put it down more, I had to tighten this. This wasn't even, I don't even think I tightened it because I was so afraid of overdoing it and fucking up something, because there was oil leaking, and I was like, there wasn't oil leaking before, but then my car hasn't been under that type of stress of someone having their foot on the throttle, you know, and the pressure is building and stuff like that. So I did that, and then I also have to make sure my O2 sensors are straight. So once I get all that situated, then we should be good as far as everything else. Yeah, So yeah, we'll see. Going to be finishing up doing the wiring on the fans to just go to the toggle switches by itself without being connected to the ignition on. Hopefully that I can do that and just run everything. Got some relays. So basically I just bought everything to basically make the whole setup for a harness of its own to run both of my fans by themselves. Wiring Specialties have theirs for 200 and other places have it for like, you know, very 60, stuff like that. But I decided to just make my own, so I did that, bought extra wires and stuff so I can make the connections and run it to the inside of my car, which would be right there. I'm gonna probably put it like where the little seat heater thing is for my console. I'm gonna put it right there and just run the switches in there. So with that, we're gonna see how that goes, and hopefully I get the fan, and my tuner is coming. So hopefully that will work out. Also, I wanna say that there's a slow ass car here, a slow ass 5.0 Mustang, which I despise, but that's nor here or there. Anyway, and its owner. So yeah. All right, y'all. So we're gonna try some janky shit, right? So based off of this is basically what I bought off Amazon. You see how they got the gray sending unit to the switch? So because I'm gonna not use the ignition, I don't know if this relay will work as a fan ground, because now that I'm not using the OEM connector, I need something to ground the fan to, because I have the brown going to the fan positive. The 12 volt is going to the relay through the fuse, and then the negative is hooked up to the switch. So I'm hoping that I can still have the switch the same and everything, and instead of the sending unit, it will just be just the switch. And then the coffee will be for that, and then I can use what the black ignition switch should be. Hopefully I can use as a ground. So I'm gonna have those two wires going into the fan so that it's still like a ground type of thing. I'm not sure if that shit is going to work, but it's going straight to the actually no, it's not going straight to the battery. It's still going to the battery in some way, shape, or form from the relay. Yeah, I don't know. Quite frankly, I don't know. We're gonna figure this shit out. Hopefully it works. Alright, so I did wait for this shit to focus. Alright, so I didn't record, right? The most weirdest shit just happened. I didn't record how I just hooked these fans up. This motherfucker don't know what to do. But I just did this shit. So with the relay, and I get why they charge $200 or whatever, maybe $100, because this shit is stupid. But I went ahead and still did the accessory on thing with the fuse, but right now it's hooked into my wipers. So, I mean, into my fog joints. So, right now I got my temporary, like, switch right there and shit like that I just toggle on. That's running to, the off is running to the negative, and then the positive is running to the white wire that goes into the relay. The red one is to the fuse into the relay for the power, which is going to the positive side. The black is the ignition on, and then the brown is the positive. And then I just have the OEM plug in, but I have the ground mounted to the block. That shit would not cut on just now. The relay would click. And we slightly took the wiper plug out, and the fucking fans cut on. For whatever goddamn reason. I don't know what the fuck is going on, but fan one now turns on with the switch, and I will run a separate switch to the other one just so they're on their own relay, so I don't have to worry about one, because I've noticed in like a lot of other shit it was just kind of off. But yeah. All right, so we back, right? I went to the store and I came up with some things. So for the mounting position, I wanted to go right here because I'm not running strap bars right there. I was going to do like a little bracket. It was supposed to be wider than this, a little bracket. So I'm gonna just see if I can open up that hole more, and I bought some nuts to go over top of it, but open that hole up more, and then mount, like, let me set the camera down so y'all can see. Since I don't have help, I'm fucking with you. Yeah, hold this. So yeah, I wanted to mount that like right there, and then like put this here so it's like out the way, like turn it this way, and then the other one can be here so they're both facing this way and they're away from the header, and it have like a safe mounting location, and I can wire everything and tuck it and make it look clean so you don't even notice that I just powered up 2 of these fans now that I know they work. So I just want to say that I'm going to crimp these. So these, I don't know if I explained it clearly, these are the wires that connect into my radiator fans from the stock harness that I spliced with a lot of space to it. That's what I just put up over here, this back here, and I just like sealed it off. I had Teflon tape. I didn't have any like electrical tape or anything like that. But I'm gonna go ahead and crimp, well, yeah, I guess you could say crimp these, and then heat them up, and then connect the power and the ground to these from the relay. And then once I get a good idea of, like, right now I have someone creating the holes to make it bigger for the actual mounting place, and then once I like put that up there, I can actually see how long I need it and how I want to route it before I start splicing and dicing shit, because I obviously keep fucking up doing that. And then last, we're gonna run it inside the car. So I'm gonna go ahead and crimp these on both connections for both fans. Once I'm done, I'm gonna come back. So here they are, Home Depot L brackets. I'm gonna spray them with like some black spray paint, but this is how I'm gonna mount it. It'll still be good enough away from the headers because I'm gonna tuck the wire underneath of this after I wire loom it all together, and then its connections to the battery are right there, so it's, you know, not a long stretch. And it'll just I'll loom it together with the wires coming out the bottom of the fuse box, and then run it. As you see, I've already plugged back up the OEM fans and stuff like that, and all the ends are crimped. I'm gonna wait until I connect the other side and crimp those, and then use the heater, the heat gun, just in case it like smushes the other side too, and then go from there. All right, so I've already mocked up where I need the little hole. I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's right here, this little cutout, so that I can have the wires go through. So when it goes like down, and like I'm gonna run, so I don't have 2 of them just plugged into one. I'm gonna run them right through here, and then one's gonna go in fan 1 or fan 2, the other one's gonna go in fan 1 right here, so that they both getting 12 volts and they're separate. So everything for the fans are separate in case one shorts. Then I just want to make sure nothing's connected so that I can just turn them on individually if need be. Like if my car is off, I only need 1 fan to just cool it down versus 2, which I always have 2 when I'm driving. So I'm gonna just cut that, and then I'm gonna run those connections in there first. I have the bracket mounted up temporarily, like, so the bracket's already mounted, but I'm gonna spray paint them black, and then this tape is right here until I can get 2 bolts to put through it and mount it up. And then as you can see, I'm running the positive fan wire underneath of this one. I'm gonna loom that up and just, well, I'm gonna run it underneath this big one, but I'm gonna loom that up and make sure that everything is wrapped good enough to where no heat can actually melt the wires, and then have the fans crimped, and then we're ready to go. So I'm gonna do the fan positive last because that one matters a lot. As you can see, the red wire is going to be very easy to get it to the power because it's right there, so it doesn't have far to travel. With the fuse, I'm going to 3M tape it to the side, and then the black wire is last, which is simple. I just got to measure how much I need and pull it through the whatchamacallit, and then loom that together. So I'm gonna probably loom it first just to wrap it up, and then just pull it through so they don't get damaged going through the hole. All right, so as y'all can see, I've already tucked the brown wires. I'm gonna cut the black ones last for the relay, but I've tucked the brown wire, which is the positive fan. So what I've decided to do As y'all can see, I'm gonna keep it so where I cut it at, like right here, I'm gonna just measure up the brown wire to cut it exactly to that, and it'll have enough length to just connect, if not more, connect to the cables down there. So in the event that I need to undo some shit, I mean, it's basically just gonna be OEM still, and then I'm gonna put the old wire loom right back around it, and you'll never even know I just redid it, and it's running separately. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put those inside of the car. So yeah, and then last I will do the power, which obviously will be shortened significantly. And then I'll take it all back out, wire looming, and do it to where it's going to, I'm gonna put it how it's going to be permanently, at least for now. So yep, just about to keep working. So I am back. So no, I'm trying to set this fucking camera up so you can see exactly. I don't know where my other tripod went. Be able to clearly see. Okay, so I'm gonna cut this one short right here so it can go in to the power 12 volt for this fan relay. Then I'm gonna run this other one over here to fan relay 2, since I will not be using my fan relays because they are now mounted here temporarily, as you can see with my kit. So cut that. Actually, I'm gonna use this black wire too for I'm gonna use this black wire for like the ground from the fans. I'm gonna link. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run, actually no, I'm not gonna link them, but I am gonna run them to a bolt that like the headlights and fog lights are mounted to, or some other place if it's like too much. And then I'm gonna hook the switch up because I forgot which is positive and ground on the fan. So I'm gonna do this first, guys, and then get back to it. Now I did go to Harbor Freight because out of all of these, you know, I bought stuff like this, you know, for the wires, just a whole wired set, things you need. I bought these really cool things. I probably will return them because I didn't use them. It's like the turn, you know, like if you want to tap into one wire, do a three-way T things. That's pretty cool. I don't actually need it, so it's gonna go back to Amazon because I don't need it. But I went to Harbor Freight and got this because I need, what is it, this connection that goes into the fuse part that you can stick it in. So I'm gonna plug that up so that instead of this being like loose, it'll be like the one my brother made, which is like this. So you can just stick it in and it's more secure and fits in the slot than just, you know, sticking a wire in there and praying that the shit stays, which we know with a LS with a cam in it, that's not gonna happen. So we're gonna do this the right way so I don't set my car on fire and cry for a GoFundMe to y'all guys later about how I fucked up in life. So yeah, that being said, damn, is this too big? Let me see. Same size, okay. I just want to make sure same size before I get the connecting shit. So 2 red ones. This one is needed. Alright, put that in here. I'm gonna, how much of this do I need? So, we're gonna slowly chop it down and see what we're working with. All right. Give it a little twist. All right, well, it seems like that's enough. We're gonna get the thing and crimp it. And crimp. Make sure it's snug. And I don't know if these are like you heat up the ends, but we're just gonna crimp it all the way through. So no. So then it should look like this when you're done. So then I'm able to just I'm not gonna stick it in that one, but I'm able to just basically, well, this one, yeah, stick it into the power of the oh, I should have made that smaller. Oh fuck. Okay, so this one might have to be smaller because of the pin it has to go in, I think, but I don't know, maybe I'm just, yeah, it's gonna have to be smaller. Yeah, because it doesn't fit in that one. So unless I'm gonna double check which one was power, because I forgot now. But whichever one goes to, as you can see, it just snugs right in there. It's a little free play, but it's less than just sticking a fucking wire in there and setting your shit on fire. So yeah, I'm gonna do this to the other one, and then we're gonna see. So all right, so both of them are done. For this one, so I didn't have a size smaller than this, so I just took my Dremel with the sander and I just sand the edges down to like bit by bit, just to like smoothen it so that it fits, because each of these can be like a different size. Like the ones right here are like thinner than this side, so the one that fits was this, but then I had to sand the other one down to this side, which is fine because I just took a little bit by little, because you don't want to do too much to where the connection's loose to where it can just still pop out, but you do want to take it down so that it fits and you're not forcing it in there and possibly pushing the other pin too far back. So yeah. This is a snug connection, so once I plug this in here, this one definitely won't come out. I'm gonna test the relays to make sure everything is good, and go there. And this other one, gotta test out the power is coming from, because which relay is the other one? And one, the second one. So this one. And then this middle one is power. So now that pretty much concludes my ignition switch, and I can put the cap back on this one with my little cutout box to give it a clean seal so that it's not fucked up. Oh, I think I probably gotta cut more off the box. Okay, yeah. So, I don't know if y'all can see right there. That's where they're sticking out at. I might cut some of the box down as well, but not, like I said, not too much. But they're not resting on the wire. So now that's done, and can't even really tell that the black wires are going in there, honestly, unless you're like up close. But once I put loom on stuff and mount them, like hard mount them and finish, it'll all work out. So on to the next with figuring out which one is the power and all of that, and then we can almost be finished and see how much we need to route it into the car. On through the little thing right there, clean. That's clean. I'm probably eventually gonna make like a little case to put around this so that, you know, this just stays from water and stuff. I still gotta 3M tape the fuses to the side like this or something. Or they, yeah, I'm gonna have to tape them, 3M tape them to the side or something like that. I'll figure something out so these wires aren't touching the heater core. I mean the headers. Sorry, I said heater core. Headers, and then shorten up these power wires and attach the little attach one of them circular fuses on there. I mean connections on there, and then just put them on one of these or underneath with the rest of them, and then we're straight for that. Then the last thing we're still working on is these will just run into the car. So what I am gonna do is I'm gonna keep them separate because I kept saying, so I have two options. I can run all of this off of one fan to cut on because only one, I would only have to worry about flicking one switch because only one of the fans is going to come on when the car, like both of the fans are going to be on when the car is on. Only one of them will still be on when the car is off. So like I'll just keep it on when I turn the car on, keep it on. Obviously both of them are running. When I stop the car and I'm just sitting, as long as I remember to hit that one switch off, I won't have to worry about which one it is and all that. The only thing I'm worried about is like the whole circuit. I'm not really 100% sure if that works, or, you know, I'm gonna have to confirm that because I don't want a shortage to happen and it's something switch related. Like I could be wrong. Y'all can comment, you know, if that's possible. Right now I'm gonna run 2 switches, but if I can get away with just running 1, that'd be great too. But I mean, each of these I'm gonna definitely have like the little quick connect like I did with the other plug that's inside of this, how that you can just plug that in so that I'm not doing basically this, which is definitely gonna cause a fire, but just wrapping it around and praying for the best like it was on my dirt bike, which I'm gonna actually change now that I have like those end pieces to make an actual good looking set of wires and not some bullshit. But yeah, for now I'll run them both separate at least. But yeah, I just got to get these to run in the car. So I'm gonna probably, because these are like right there, they're not gonna really go through, and I'm gonna have to put them together in the car. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut them like back here, and then I'm gonna attach the black and red wire to them with the little quick connections, and then I'm gonna make it as long as I need and run it, like I said, all the way through. We're gonna go in behind this, and then we're gonna go up here through the my bad. All right, there we go. My camera was acting funny. But then we're gonna go from there, just like where the wiring harness is coming through at that grommet hole. We're gonna run it through right there. And I'm gonna run it right here, and then come up the center console where the buttons are, and that little square piece. If you don't have the heated seats option, you can use that little random square piece. I don't have a console right now, but that random square piece to mount your switches right there. Or you can do dashboard. You can run it through here, and I can mount it up on my dash or whatever. You know, just I got a couple places. I was gonna put it at the armrest because I'll remember to turn it on because it's right there. If not, I can, like I said, I can mount on a dash. I'll figure it out exactly which one I want to run it. But like I said, one switch, I can make sure that all I have to do is turn it on when I'm driving, and then just make sure I cut it off like 5 minutes after I get out or whatever, you know, and then go from there. So I have options. I'm gonna figure it out. But we're almost done. That's literally the last thing other than the code for the heater core. I mean the heater circuit. That's the last thing. And then Mad Max will be getting street tuned, and we will be able to have our first real test drive ride along. Of course, I'm gonna be riding along the first time. My tuner is gonna be the first person to actually drive my car, obviously. But this will be like the real experience of feeling LS in a go-kart for me. So I'm excited. Just to really I don't even care if it's not the fastest fucking thing, but just to see what it does. So stay tuned. I'm gonna keep on working on this harness and get everything cleaned up, and then give y'all an updated review. Not the clearest, but you can pretty much see everything I'm doing. So take my wire loom and it's a little big for, oh shit. There we go. This camera don't want me to be great. Okay, yep. So feeding it in there, I didn't have to use a coat hanger because it was like some room in there. So feed it through there, bring my light, and then we're gonna slowly, shit. Why do I feel like my car alarm is gonna go off? Fuck. Where's my key? My key in the car? It is. Okay. Oh, okay. I don't know. Maybe the alarm part doesn't really. Not really. Did my battery? I think my battery's dead. Is it? Oh, I left my car in the on position. My battery's dead. Fuck. Okay. Well, nonetheless, I'm still pull these wires through and then I'm gonna charge my battery. So, yeah. Damn. That was really my fault. Okay. Let's get under here. So, wires are up here. So, I'm not gonna pull them through right there. Let me set this camera up somewhere. So, I'm not gonna pull them through right there. I'm gonna reach behind here and pull. Oh, fuck. I just undid my alternator light. Damn. I had crimped that and pinned it. I probably didn't do a good job. I thought I did, but I definitely was supposed to be careful and snatch that. I'll fix it. But let's get this situated. I think it's a dummy light anyway, but alternator, but yeah. Might take my battery out and charge. Take it to AutoZone tomorrow and have them charge it. So the reason I'm pulling it this way is because I want to run it down the side of the center console, which will, I think, be here tomorrow. The side of the center console. So now that I got that, I'm gonna make sure I pull it all the way through until, because I think there's enough white wire. So we're gonna make sure the other side is pulling. And then once I do that, I'm gonna route it through there under the carpet and then come up right there in the middle so that the switches are right there where the square part is. And then once I get the console, I can give you a better visual of where it should place. But there's enough wire for it to go, obviously, because I got to pull all that through. So I'm going to continue to pull that through. Then I'm going to come back and show you exactly how I'm going to wire it. But simple enough, you already know. Just lift the carpet back and then slide it and then have it come out right there. The console goes all the way over. If you want a BRZ, it goes all the way down for the most part. So really, you can... It's not that hard, so yeah. And I gotta redo that wire. All right, cool. So ran it through there, and the wire is under there. And there's a little clip right here, so that keeps that up. Run it through here. I made a split for something else right there. And then, like I said, just bring it up through here, and then mark where you want on the console. You want to cut it out. Just run it up, and then that's all extra wire. I'll cut once. Hopefully tomorrow I'll get my console. If it doesn't come in time, then I'll just leave that right there and then just cut it, but cut off enough that I can have extra to when I really want to make my connections. I can just cut that off and remake my connections for what I need it for. And then, yeah, I'm gonna have to, I won't be able to test my battery. I mean, my thing out tonight because I need batteries. But, yeah, that's cool and all. So I'm gonna go ahead and run the black wire through too. That connection's easy. I just need 2 wires to run it through the same thing to the whatchamacallit. So we're gonna do that and then we're done for the night. All right, so lighting's not that great. So here's the switch I was telling y'all about. Got it off Amazon. Pretty cool. And here's the connection that came in my kit. That's what I was talking about. So it's not janky. It's just like what's in your fuse box where you would literally just plug that in. I'm not going to put it in because it's very hard to get off, which is a good thing once you plug it up. But that basically just slide on there. And you don't really have to worry about the connections coming loose as long as you have the right size. Also, I wanted to say that I'm thinking about switching the location of the switch. So I know I said I wanted it right here, right? But I'd be thinking, what if I spill something or something like that and fuck it up, or you know, just the fact that I forget it's right there. I was thinking, so like the little piece that goes right here, well actually let me go grab it. Let's see if I have it out somewhere. in there. Alright, yeah. And don't worry about how it looks because I will be wrapping it in fabric anyway. I'm gonna upholster it and figure out how I want it done. But, so, this goes right here. I could put like the switch so that way I only have to drill like 2 small circles. Put the switch right here. It's in my face for the most part. And I can just flip them on. I'm gonna still see if there's other places. I feel like that's a good spot though to put it. If not the console, this is a good spot. But I'll work out the kinks later. Right now, with all this extra wire, I'm just gonna attach the connections to the end of it. So when I do figure out where I wanna go, I have more than enough wire to like just snip it at where I connected it to and just really place where I want it. Because if I snip it now and change my mind on the location, then I have to make even more connections, and that's a lot of hassle. So I'm gonna just connect it to how it is now and then figure out, do I want it up here or do I want it down there? Because I don't know if I want to run gauges on here yet or not. Well, actually no, I probably won't have to because I have the ultra gauge, which is a little screen that I'm actually mount up there. So I don't know, I'll decide later. But for right now, I'm just gonna connect them to the end, and then I have to take my battery to go get charged tomorrow. So I won't get to test out the fans until tomorrow, but I'm pretty sure they work because I tested them out every time I touched anything to this process. So yeah. All right, and when you're done, let it focus. When you're done, it'll look like this. Of course, you won't see all of this because this part and up will be above the surface. Well, actually, no, sorry. This part and up would be above the surface, the little plate, and then it'll just be clean. So you won't really see much behind it. And I'll just run the wires up and through there. That's actually be a good place too, because you can run the wires through the little ports up there. I think you can get through those. You should be able to. Yeah, just run the wires up and through those ports, and then just have it like stick out here, or yeah, there's a hole right there too, so you can stick it out there too and just have them both next to each other. And I was gonna label them, but that might look tacky, so I'll just put like, you know, whichever fan on whichever side. So the driver's fan obviously is going to be on the driver's side, and then passenger on that side. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm gonna do the other side, and then once we get that battery charged, I'll be able to figure out which one was which, and make sure everything works, that I didn't fuck up any connections in the process, and I'll be finished the fan. And hopefully the next video that I give y'all will be of my car being tuned, and then after that it will be me driving the BRZ myself for the first time and scaring the shit out of myself. So yeah. All right, YouTube, so I just got off of work and came straight home, got my new battery in so that we can test it. I also need to check those fuses to see that fuse to make sure it's good, because I got a lot of shit running there. But here was the end connection to the fans. I already have the car in the on position. And then here are the 2 switches that I have, as you can see, with the clips. So I just wanted to show y'all that everything is working. So I'm gonna bring this here. But this is fan. So this is driver fan. This one, I'm gonna have to label this driver fan with the red. Okay, so I'm gonna remember the red attachments. That's driver fan. That fan only comes on when the car is in the on position. When it is off, only the driver side, the passenger side fan comes on. But they'll both be on while I'm driving, of course. And then when I'm just chilling, I'll cut this one off and it'll cut off anyway. Well, I'll cut that one off if it doesn't cut off anyway, which it should. And then fan 2 will be running, and then when I get out the car, I can cut that one off. But it's all ready to go, and it is done. I'm gonna turn my key off so I don't run out of my battery this time. But yep, got my fans working, so I'm happy about that. We're almost done.